All right, this is part two to the tenant buyers, how to actually conversate with the tenant buyers on the phone and how to deal with their questions, comments, rebuttals, all that stuff. And we're going to do a little bit of role play with Samantha in a little bit. So on here, tenant buyers, like I said on the other video, that they're going to call you and they're going to ask, well, how much do I need down or how much to rent it? Because like I said, we already have all the basics covered on here. Pictures, video, all that stuff already determined. Only thing I didn't say on here is how much they need down, but they read this sentence here. A down payment is required to move into any of our homes. So that lets them know that don't even call me playing around. So once we have determined that, hey, yes, a person has either shown interest or they like, yeah, I love the house. I saw the pictures. I saw the video. I want the house. I want to know, how do I get in it? That's when we come over to this other part, which is the script. They're going to either call the main line, and that's probably the way you're going to do it, or we might do it as an outbound call after they have already reviewed the video, reviewed the pictures, looked at all the basic stuff in regards to the specific house they're looking at. So once they've done that, they're going to ask, so how does your program work? Or they might ask, how much I need down? Or what's this? They're going to ask some question. So I'll just stop them. Okay, no problem. Let me just let you know how our program works. It's a rent-to-own program. A down payment is required to move into any of our homes. Your down payment goes directly towards the purchase price of the home. There are no rental deposits, just a down payment. Then we set you up with an affordable monthly payment, which you would eventually have to qualify for a loan. And then, let's see here. It is a lease option. You would then have the option to purchase the home at a predetermined price. About how much do you have to put towards a down payment? So that's our position in this whole thing, is we're a question asker. We're answering their questions in a way, but the real goal of the phone call is to figure out how much they have to put towards a down payment. Another question, but that's really the main gist of whenever we're talking to these tenant buyers, because once we find out they don't have any money, we have this script down here that we go to, but we'll get to that in a second. So they're going to probably ask, well, how much you need to put down? How much I need? Well, the more you put down, the more you put towards a down payment, the lower your monthly payments could be. You could also get better terms on this deal. About how much did you have to put towards a down payment? You're asking the question again. You might even can change the words a little bit just to, ask that question, but we want the answer to that question. So eventually they're going to go ahead and let you know that, oh yeah, I got about $1,000. And I just let them know, I'm sorry, we do not do traditional rentals. We assist people who want to become homeowners, who typically cannot qualify for a loan yet. We usually see people get approved for about 5 to 10% of the purchase price down. We have had tenant buyers in the past put 10% or more down of a purchase price. We just ask for something reasonable, or basically what it says there, something to that effect. And then they're going to say, then we're going to ask again, are you able to raise more to put towards a down payment, basically, to see if they have more money than that 1,000 they said? Because they could just be thinking that it's a rental, a traditional rental, like they're just putting down a deposit and things like that. But this is not that same type of program. We do not do traditional rentals at this time. We just do rent to own lease options. So, or cash purchases. Some people just buy a house outright for cash as well, if they have the cash to do it. But typically you're going to be dealing with people who want to buy the house on a rent to own. So, are you able to put more towards a down payment? They're going to say, no, I only got 1,000. And I say, well, what you can do, you can contact us back later when you're able to raise more and see what houses are available at that time. Or you can either, like I said on the other video, let me see here, go back to this lead center. Once you figure out how much they have to put down, you go ahead and edit. Like this Esma here, she's got 15K. I put that in there. She's got 15K. So this is a person I want to talk to. This is a person I want to deal with. When they start talking about they got 10, 20, $30,000 down, like this lady here, after I sent her that text message, you see on this result here, I'm very interested. Please give me a call. I want to move ASAP. I can put 15,000 down right away. I'm like, oh man, that's the person I need to get on the phone with. When they start talking like that, but if they're like, oh, I got 500 or I got $1,000 down, they're probably not the people we're looking for. So I just have to give them the bad news to let them know that, yeah, we may not be the ones you need for what you're looking for. We don't do traditional rentals. And basically what was on that little script there. So sometimes they might ask, well, how do you help us qualify for a loan? And you can answer with that if needed. If they don't ask that, don't worry about that. The biggest gist, like I said, about this whole phone call is to find out how much they have to put towards a down payment. Main thing. Secondly, you can ask them how many bedrooms are you looking for? And thirdly, you can ask them, is there a particular area that you want to be in? But those backup questions are not the most important questions because, like I said, most of the time they already know which house they want to look at. And let me see here. And they would know that, oh yeah, on the voicemail, like this lady left here.
Hi, this is Esma Selbeck. I was looking at the house on Porter Road.
So she already told us she's looking for the house on Forder. I sent her the text message for the house on Forder. She wrote back, I'm very interested. And she even told me that I can put $15,000 down. So her conversation was a little bit different. After I already knew she could put $15,000 down, I'm trying to get her to go ahead and view the house or either go ahead and apply for the house. Now, once a person has went through and viewed a house and they want to apply, I just tell them, go ahead and send me a text with their email address, like she did here. And then I send her a DocuSign with the application, which I'll show you how to do that on another video. But for right now, we're just doing that to get that going. And so for this, now to the next part is the fun part. We're going to bring in Samantha. Let me see here. Let me go to my Word document first. So like I said,
sir.
so yeah, so there we go. All right. Any questions about any of that stuff I just went over, Samantha?
No, sir.
Okay, let's see here. Meeting controls.
Actually, I still don't have question for now, but for sure I will have a question.
That's good. Questions are good because I have answers for all the questions. So now after we did it, and these are the 3 houses that are available right now. And like I said, all we're copying is this part, not this. This is just a note for you to know, you know, that's the house. That's that particular house. That's all. This top line. Matter of fact, let's give it a bigger space. Like it makes a difference. And so after they have gone through that, we go through the script. So we're going to go through some scripting.
Sure.
I'm
I
going to
like it.
call on in, and I already went through the thing, and I'm calling in. Yeah, I went through and I saw your video, and I love that house you had on Forder Road. I was just trying to see what I need to do to get in there. I mean, what I got to do? I mean, can I just move in, or how does it work?
Sure, no problem. So what we're going to do now, or just to give you an idea, it is a rent-to-own program, and a down payment is required to move into any of our homes. Now, your down payment goes directly towards the purchase price. There are no rental deposits, just a down payment. Now, when we set you up with an affordable monthly payment and you will eventually have to qualify for a loan with a certain time period, it is a lease option. You will then have the option to purchase the home at a predetermined price. So, about how much can you to put toward the down payment?
Well, I mean, it just kind of depends on the house. What do people usually put down?
Now, the more you put towards the down payment, sir, the lower your monthly payments could be. Now, you would also be, or you will also get better terms on this deal, of course. Now, about how much do you plan to put towards the down payment then?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, usually I just put like first month's rent or $1,000. I mean, is that okay?
Well, I'm sorry. Now, we do traditional rentals. We do not do traditional rentals. That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry. Now, what we do, we assist people who want to become homeowners who typically cannot qualify for a loan yet. I usually see people get approved for about 5% or 5 to 10% of purchase price down. We have had tenants buyers put down 10% or more for the purchase price in the past, and we just ask for something reasonable now. Do you think you're able to raise more to put toward the down payment?
Yeah, my uncle got some money. He can loan me. I mean, what do I need though? I mean, like, let's see. I can probably come out about 5,000 down. You think that?
Okay. We work with a credit restoration service that can assist you in raising your FICO score high enough so that you may qualify to purchase the home in the near future if possible. Now, once we know that you could put down, we can send you all the properties that you could potentially qualify for.
Oh, okay. So I want to go ahead and apply for this one. What do I need to do next?
Now, the entire goal of this phone call is to get the
Oh,
person just.
that's for you. That's not. That's a note for you. That's why I wrote note. That's not. That doesn't go out to them. I just put that note on the sheet so that you know that the goal of this conversation is to get how much they have to put towards the down payment. If they give too much resistance, you just tell them that I'll call them back or the boss will call them back or something. You know what I mean? Many times they're calling on a specific house. These are just notes for you So that's not the part you read. So that's why I even bolded it and put it in a note. All right. So
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
So what do I do if I need to apply for this house? I didn't put that on the sheet. I'm just asking you.
Yeah.
If I want to apply for it, what would I do next?
It's not in there.
It's not on there because I said it in the first part. So basically, we just get their email address. You would tell them to go ahead and send a text message with their email address in it, and we'll get them an application over so they can apply for the property. And we'll see if we can get it
That's what
approved.
I'm getting. I'm actually getting their email address and phone number and their information, the name, email address, phone number, and then I just told them that you will be receiving an email from my boss.
What I can, yeah, the real, and it's not on this sheet. I can add to this if I need to. But the real gist of it, once they have already seen and they know they won and they want to apply for the house, all we need is their email address and their, their name and email address. That's it, really. Because we
And
already
you'll be
got their number.
sending
Because
them an
remember, we already been
application.
talking to them. Because if you see here, we already had conversation. We already got their phone number. We just need their name and their email address. I already got her name. She told me it was Esma. She said that in her voicemail or whatever. And then it's even in her email. So all we need is that email address, and I sent her a thing. But that's pretty much the end of this process. Just the first process. There's more to it, but this is all that's for the phone part. That's all you may run into. After you get them to send a text message, their email address over, we'll get them an application sent over, and they apply and go from there. And there's more to it, but that's the end of the road really for this. Any questions about any of that stuff?
No, sir.
All right. See,
None so far.
even
That's
like
what I mean.
even like these people here, they said we have a large down payment. This kind of conversation I like, but they only said they had 10K. I already spoke to this lady. But these are people that I want to give attention to. Once they say they got, either a large down payment or they got something, because really without the down payment, they can't move in the house anyway. It's kind of like a, dead lead. And I don't want to waste a lot of time on people that only got $500 because they can't qualify to get into any of our homes unless they have a reasonable down payment. Reasonable. So that's
Reasonable.
gonna conclude this portion of the training for that part.